Tejas, how confident are investigators that they've got their man?
Well, that's of course the big question. Is Syed Zabiuddin Ansari, of course Abu Jundal and many other aliases he's known by, but a major breakthrough by Indian investigators who have tracked down and arrested the alleged handler of the 26/11 terror attacks on Mumbai, Abu Jundal, and he's also known by at least a dozen aliases, also wanted in several terror cases in India. Sources reveal was deported from a country in the Gulf and arrested at the airport in New Delhi. But how big a breakthrough is this really? Because Pakistan has been living in denial. Will an interrogation of Abu Jundal really reveal anything? And will Pakistan put any pressure on their investigating agencies to ensure that there is some outcome of this arrest and interrogation? Of course, we will be joined by many guests in this entire interview. We'll have, of course, Jaidev Ranade, the former additional secretary of the Research and Analysis Wing. But before we go to that discussion, let's first take a look at all that's happened right throughout the day and, of course, why Abu Jundal is so important.
ये तो हमारा अभी तो ट्रेलर है, अभी असल फिल्म तो अभी बाकी है.
The face behind this chilling warning to India, now arrested in a major breakthrough by Indian investigators. The big cat Syed Zabiuddin Ansari, also known as Abu Jundal, the suspected Indian handler who was in Pakistan guiding the terrorists in Mumbai during the 26/11 attacks. The person who goes by pseudonym Abu Jundal has been apprehended and is in the custody of our investigative agencies.
Delhi police say they have arrested Abu Jundal from the IGI airport on 22nd of June. They are probing his role not only as a handler during the 26/11 attacks, but also in the Mumbai serial blast case, in several terror cases related to Bangalore, and he was allegedly also involved in a conspiracy to attack Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi.
However, sources say that Jundal, who comes from Maharashtra's Beed district, is a member of the Lashkar-Pak and originally an Indian Mujahideen operative who was being monitored for the past few months and had visited Saudi Arabia recently. Sources say that India managed to get him deported.
The first suspicion that Jundal was an Indian came in the taped conversations between the terrorists and their handlers in Pakistan. Imran Babar, the terrorist at Nariman House, is heard talking to Abu Jundal, who kept using Hindi instead of Urdu or Punjabi words unlike the other handlers.
ये तो हमारा ट्रेलर है, अभी असल फिल्म बाकी है. ट्रेलर है. एक छोटा सा उदाहरण है या छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल है. हुकूमत जो है तो पीठ थपथपाती है और प्रशासन जो है तो सर पर टोले मारती है. हुकूमत की दोहरी पॉलिसी.
This was also confirmed by Ajmal Amir Kasab, the lone surviving Pakistani terrorist, who told the trial court here in Mumbai that they were also taught Hindi as part of their training. In fact, in these conversations, Abu Jundal says the next attack on India will be by Ilyas Kashmiri's Brigade 313.
एक तो 26/11 के बारे में लगातार महाराष्ट्र सरकार ने ये कहा कि कोई भी लोकल बंदा नहीं है, और आज दिल्ली पुलिस ने जो पकड़ा तो वो तो गेवराई का ही निकला, बीड़ का ही है, महाराष्ट्र का ही है.
Delhi police sources say Abu Jundal lived in Pakistan and Bangladesh and was collecting funds in Saudi Arabia, at the same time recruiting for the Lashkar. Unexplained questions though. Pakistan claims Abu Jundal, known as Abu Hamza too, had been arrested. How did he then land up in Saudi Arabia?
Delhi police will be matching the voice of Zabiuddin Ansari with the 26/11 intercepts between the terrorists and the Pakistani handlers. Meanwhile, sources tell NDTV that Zabiuddin Ansari has already talked about the 26/11 attack and the involvement of some Pakistani officials. But the big question is, will this be enough for Pakistan? It has already negated the evidence that India has given it so far. With Rashmi Rajput and Tejas Mehta in Mumbai and Tanima Biswas in New Delhi, Shruti Ranjan Sen for NDTV.
Well, let's start our discussion right away. Joining us in New Delhi, we have Jaidev Ranade, the former Additional Secretary of the Research and Analysis Wing. We also have all our reporters who have been tracking this entire story. In Delhi, we have Tanima Biswas and Sudhiranjan Sen. In Mumbai, we have Rashmi Rajput. And joining us from Bangalore, we have Maya Sharma. Let me start with you, Mr. Ranade, first. The question really is, what sort of impact will this really have on Pakistan? Because we saw when Kassab was interrogated, a lot was revealed. But this interrogation with Abu Jindal could reveal much more, because he was part of the core team in Pakistan, the handlers. He would certainly know if ISI agents and operatives were part of this entire investigation, this conspiracy on India. So do you think this breakthrough is really major, and what sort of impact will this really have?
I think it was a sign of good coordination between our agencies and the Saudi authorities to organize the apprehension of Abu Jindal and get him here. There are two parts here now. Firstly, how will Pakistan react? I think Pakistan has been denying all the evidence that has been given to it so far, whether it's by us or by the Americans, and I don't see any change of heart taking place in Islamabad. As far as we are concerned, or as far as the rest of the world is concerned, how 26/11 was planned, how it was carried out, I think this individual, after interrogation, will certainly give some more details. He'll mention people. He'll identify individuals, including most probably the officials who were named by Kassab and others. So I think it's a major breakthrough in that sense. But as far as Pakistan denying it or accepting it, I don't see any signs that Pakistan is going to accept this evidence either, which comes its way.
Do you have the NDTV Profit app? All the markets, all the news and your own homemade, ready-made portfolio available there for you.
We will right now answer what you should sell, what you should buy when markets are down.
Download at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Get the best app from the channel you trust.